What's up, everybody? Welcome to the No Scrubs Allowed pod. Sale's giving me faces because I couldn't find the record button, but at least I got the record button. How you doing, Sale?
Doing good, bud. Doing great. Doing fantastic. Playoffs are here for the NFL, which means one thing. Super Bowl's right around the corner, which means one more thing. We're close to getting Trevor Lawrence on the Jaguars.
Yes, sir. And I had to go back to my old school so that people didn't think I was a bandwagoner. This is my Cadillac Williams jersey that I never wear because it's peeling and it's gross. But that's the last time we were in the playoffs. We went 0-2 with Cadillac on our team in the playoffs, so it's not great omen for us, I guess. But I don't have any Brad Johnsons or Derek Brooks or anything like that jerseys. I have a Tim Brown, but he wasn't on our team any good. So I had to go back to the old school. Nobody's going to call me a bandwagoner for when we're playing a home game in the Super Bowl and I'm in Vegas ready to go. So I'm excited about it. But yeah, you guys are closer to Trevor Lawrence. We're one step closer to the Super Bowl, which was going to be awesome. Now, we're going to talk about the playoffs themselves, but let's talk about the stories first. And that's kind of like how things shook up, how things are going. We lost a lot of coaches this week. A lot of coaches are going down. You guys are one of them. So we'll start with your team. That's obviously what we'll be the most knowledgeable about. You guys have the first pick in the draft. You assume it's Trevor Lawrence. You now have a new coach that's going to be coming in. Where are you leaning? What do you see? And you're happy now, right, that Marrone is gone? Because I know you were hoping he would have been gone before.
Yeah, I was hoping he was gone after last year. But after this season, the way he kind of handled things and the way the team, you never heard anything about Doug Marrone except positive shit.
Right.
And all throughout the season, players coming out having his back. So I grew to appreciate Doug Marrone. The only time you'll ever really hear anything negative about him is from Buffalo Bills fans and how he's a sellout and all that stuff. But I came to appreciate him and the way he goes to work and does his business and all that stuff. But am I happy that we can now go out and pick a new coach? Yes. Am I happy about the name that's coming around? Not so much. Urban Meyer has been projected the last couple of days to be the new coach. And now that Doug Marrone is gone, it's now reports coming out saying that Urban wants $12 million a year to be the coach of the Jaguars, which I don't really know if that's a high number.
He's got a nice cushy job at Fox right now. So, I mean, you got to pay the man to come out of retirement.
Yeah, but I don't really like it. We just came out, John Lynch came out saying that we want to go after Salah, or however you say his last name, the defensive coordinator. That's what I want. I want an NFL guy. I don't want a college guy who's really good at recruiting. You can't recruit in the NFL.
But he could draft Justin Fields.
No.
That would be amazing.
That would be absolutely horrible. And that's another reason. But I don't see whoever the GM that comes in allows that to happen. You don't not take Trevor Lawrence. Like the Colts would have not taken Andrew Luck.
Now, is Urban Meyer wanting to come back into coaching and actually wanting to do a thing, or was he just like, dude, no, it'll take $12 million if you even want me? Like,
it seems like it, because why would you even have a number? You know?
That's true.
Like, if somebody asked me how much for this jersey, I don't know.
Right. Yeah, it's not for sale.
Yeah.
True.
So
true.
No, I definitely think he wants to go into the NFL. It's been a known thing that he wants to go into the NFL. It's just, does he want to go for 2 or 3 years and then not be in the NFL anymore and go back into having his cushy job?
So you don't want any of the college coaches. You don't want to give Harbaugh another chance. You don't want any of those guys. What about that Bieniemy guy, the offensive coordinator for the Chiefs?
See, I was high on that train too, but it came out that he doesn't even call the plays. So,
really? What about Byron Leftwich? He calls our plays. You can have him.
Get the hell out of here. Absolutely not. No, I mean, whoever it is, I will appreciate them for coming in and trying to make a difference. It's just if they'll be able to make a difference. Other than Cliff, we see where Cliff got. They didn't make the playoffs at the end of the day, but he's turned that organization around. And even with a 5'8" quarterback who doesn't seem to be able to make it, and it's just still able to find wins, get the team to rally around him. So other than that, it's not really happening. Find a 35-year-old who's been in like a Sean McVay. If everybody wants a Sean McVay, find a Sean McVay that's in the NFL already and been coming up through the ranks.
Yeah, and they have those, as you said. I mean, Salah, if you guys get him, that'd be awesome as well. So, and you guys seem to at least have talent on the defensive end, except you lost it all to the Ravens. But you have that team there that if a defensive coordinator comes in, he can hopefully do his thing. And then Byron Leftwich can help coach Trevor Lawrence to figure out what's going on as an offensive coordinator.
And we have 2 first-round picks. I think we have 2 second-round picks. We have like 8 other picks besides that in the draft. $80 million in cap space. So there's a lot that can be done if we find a coach and a GM that want to pull the trigger. Not Dave Caldwell. That was the worst. Well, second worst. Tom Coughlin coming back was the worst.
Yeah.
But Dave Caldwell just ruined that team.
All right. Well, we're moving on, and you guys are the lowest drafting team, obviously, but the lowest one with a new coach, obviously, as well. The other guys that are going to need a new coach are a little better, at least from what I've seen. We've seen the Chargers need a new coach. Who else
Jets
needs
need a new coach? The Falcons need a new coach.
Dude. Well, the Falcons,
Lions
they're not going to hire their guy. He looked okay.
I have no idea. But the Falcons and the Texans need a new coach. I think it was the Texans the Texans. The Falcons have they're like $18 million in debt because of Matt Ryan.
Right.
But the Texans, they have no first round picks, they have no second round picks, and they have like 5 other picks throughout the draft. Yeah, so whoever gets that head coaching job is just screwed with what they have. And Deshaun came out today saying they need a whole culture change there. So I don't know how that's going to be able to happen. They don't have that much money at all, I don't think either. I think they probably have like $25,000-$30,000 in cap space.
And then so there's the Chargers, the Jets, the Jaguars, the Falcons, and the Lions. And the Texans are what ESPN is showing right now. Obviously, you like the Jaguars, but not including the Jaguars. What situation is you think the best? Probably the Chargers, right? Because of Herbert, or is there somewhere else you would maybe want to go?
I'd want to go to the Chargers. It's a very competitive division, and it's not one that's run by any certain team. I mean, right now, I guess you can say the Chiefs, but historically, it's really a battle of it's 3-4 headed monsters over there.
Sure.
You don't have the Patriots, you don't have the Steelers and stuff like that in that division.
Green Bay, if you go to the Lions.
Yeah, so you don't really have that. It's a very competitive division, and you have a great quarterback, a great foundation, and you really just need a running back and maybe a couple more receivers. And next year you get back a monster. And he got hurt in training camp. Holy shit!
Which guy?
Their linebacker. Oh yeah, him too.
Well, if he's back, I don't know.
And their linebacker, I forget
whoever.
And they have Joey Bosa. They have an insane defense. They have a really great quarterback. Get a run game in there, and they could fight for the division.
Really right away. Yeah.
Maybe. And you just don't get a head coach that's going to come in week 10 telling you that you're not going to be in the playoffs this year. So you can just hang them up for the last 8 weeks.
True. Maybe I think I'd be interested in the Lions. And the reason I'd say that if you're a brand new head coach, because the expectations would be so low and you're going to get a new quarterback. I'm pretty sure it's time for Matt Stafford to go to greener pastures, to figure something else out. Maybe he could go take Phillip Rivers' place in Indianapolis as like a 1-year deal kind of thing or something like that. But the Detroit ship needs to have sailed for him. And it's nothing he's done. He's been amazing. He's definitely the franchise's best quarterback, but probably not a Hall of Famer or anything like that. But he led this team for so long. And it's just, they don't need a veteran anymore there. They need to start fresh. So I think the expectations would be low, but they do have a team that they can build around. They have a good running back. They have good young wide receivers. The defense is ass, but that's where you could try to shift in this year, try to find some defenders, and then next year get a quarterback. I like the Detroit, and I think that Green Bay, and I know people shit talk them all the time, and they've proven everybody wrong once again, but I think Green Bay is going to start trailing off at some point, and the Bears are not there, and the Vikings are not there. You might as well give yourself 2 years of kind of a free pass and then try to win. Whereas if you go to the Chargers, you're expected to win right away. So if you're a new head coach, that might be a little daunting.
Yeah, for sure. And in Green Bay, it's going to be hard for them to keep up. They're going to have Devontae for probably another 4 or 5 years. Aaron is down to go another 3 or 4.
Right.
But after Aaron, you have to think that division is going to be up in the air for a couple more years until who's going to be the the kingpin of that division unless they find a quarterback to be able to throw to Devontae.
Right.
But after that crazy ending in the Eagles Redskins game, not really Washington football team game,
Yeah.
not really a crazy ending, but just another poor coaching. And I didn't look at it. Peterson probably came out at the end of the games talking about analytics like he often does.
Right.
But do you think he's going to be gone and that team's going to be part of the coaching carousel coming
Well,
here soon? I mean, didn't hear anything come out in the beginning of the week yet.
I don't think so. I think they tanked. I think he got word from upstairs and said, "Listen, we're not going to win this game. You cannot win this game. We don't want you to win this game. This is the difference between a number 5 draft pick and a number 10 draft pick. You better find a way to lose this game." Now, the sad part is Peterson made it very obvious that he was trying to lose the game. And sometimes you have to because the players aren't going to try to lose. But he made it very obvious. So if
Jalen didn't even have
maybe,
100 total yards when he got pulled.
That's true. But they weren't going to win. And that's credit to Washington, too. I mean, I said that Philadelphia was tanking. But, I mean, Washington's defense is real. They're good. And it's always going to be a close game with them because they're relying on a broken and half man as quarterback, which shout out to him. He made the playoffs. But Alex Smith is not going to be your stud Super Bowl winning Pat Mahomes kind of quarterback. He's going to be a game manager kind of quarterback, if anything. So they want defensive games, and Philly kept it close, but then needed to lose. And I do think they needed to lose. So I think Doug Peterson's fine because the Carson Wentz experiment is over. It's done. He can get written off for that now. So if Jalen Hurts' experiment goes wrong in the first 5 weeks or so of next season, then yeah, he better watch out. He could be the FanDuel bet for first coach fired. He's probably top of the list next year to start out. So we'll see. That's really a thing. You can definitely bet on that. And
yeah, that's awesome.
If he makes it through the offseason, he's definitely the hottest seat in the house.
There's going to be so many quarterbacks up in the air after this year.
That's what's crazy too. Yeah.
Carson, Phillip Rivers doesn't look like the Colts don't look like they're going to pull the trigger on an extension.
He might just retire, man.
Cam, he's gone out of New England.
Jameis, depending on what he wants to do. Darnold might be gone because the Jets have the second pick, so they might want that quarterback.
Yeah. Tyrod Taylor's up in the air again.
Fitzpatrick might need to find a new team to go win a couple games for if he still wants to play. But yeah, starting quarterbacks, obviously not him. Matt Stafford might go somewhere. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. And
fun to talk about.
What's that?
That'll be fun to talk about and when it gets closer.
Yeah, sure. It's gonna be tough. The quarterbacks. It seems like it's really weird because there's divisions that every team seems solid, and then there's divisions that every team needs a rebuild. It's not really like this team is the best because you could see a new NFC East champ, new NFC West champ, new AFC North champ next year. Like it could flip just like that. So there's going to be a lot of front offices really wanting to win, whereas a lot of times it's, well, the Patriots are the class right now, so we'll just try to work for years and years to come. But even in the AFC East, for that example, any team feels like they could win it next year if they just get the right stuff. So the front office's gears are going to be turning for sure.
Hell yeah.
And let's talk about a scrub for a second. I just want to talk about a scrub because scrubs are not allowed on this podcast, but we want to give them the old slapperoo right away. What was Josh Jacobs doing, man?
Oh, dude.
This fool. And they didn't even win, did they? They didn't win last weekend, did they?
I don't think so. But
so that's the
celebrating.
Living in Vegas, bro. That's
celebrating.
They said.
He's probably happy as hell to be able to go back to his summer home.
True.
No, actually, are they rated? No, they're not. Yeah. Able to go to a summer home, hang out, chill. And he probably just had a little bit too much fun before his flight and should have got an Uber, but he wanted to make sure that he had his car in the rental, or not in the rental, in the parking garage, and took the wrong, because that airport is confusing as all fuck off.
Yeah.
So he probably took the wrong. Yeah, he probably took the wrong thing in and didn't end up at the parking garage. And
yeah, like he had to go probably like 20 feet too. Like he probably was a couple miles away, but that's why they tell you don't drink and drive, even if it's a little bit of the way. But Hey, I mean, that sucks, man. But the thing is, being in Las Vegas, that's what they were scared of, quote unquote. And it happens all across the league. But to have Vegas after the last week pop up in the headlines like that, it's a little rough. But he'll be back. It's just a DUI, nothing too crazy. He'll be suspended a couple games next year, and they'll be right back on their horse. So
Sorry.
the last coaching thing, I actually missed this one. It's not coaching, but the last front office thing, John Elway decided to give in. He's like, all right, apparently I suck at this whole GM business.
Whoa.
And that's what he said. But he's still going to stick around as the president of football operations. So he's still going to have a word in, but I think he wants somebody else around his Knights of the Round Table thing instead of just him calling all the shots. Do you like this move by him to try to let somebody else come in and give him some word?
Yeah, get a fresh mind in there, if you will. But yeah, it said in the article I read that he's going to obtain an elevated role within the organization. So I don't know how much more after GM and president of football operations besides owner that you can really get to.
Right.
So, I mean, I think it's smart on ownership and the organization as a whole. And yeah, they definitely probably had to come to him and be like, listen, we need more than just you. Like, if you still want to have part in the decision making, you can stay on as president of football operations and all that part, but we have to get a new mind in here. But I don't think he sucks.
I don't think he's done bad at all. I mean, he hasn't competed with the Chiefs, which is a problem, obviously. But
yeah.
I mean, he hasn't done bad.
Yeah, there's not really. I mean, I'm not a huge Broncos fan, so I don't know a lot of insight on what. But I haven't heard too much bad stuff. I don't even think Drew Lock's that bad of a pick. He just not available as much as a lot of starting quarterbacks in the NFL should be.
And the running back they went and grabbed turned out to be really awesome. He wasn't there this whole year. I think he was
Philip Lindsay.
Yeah, Philip Lindsay. And that was kind of like a later round draft pick. So, I mean, he's made some good decisions, made some good moves. But again, it's just that thing where it's short-lived. It gets stale really fast. If you're not winning, something's got to give. So
ask Rex Ryan how it is. You got to try to keep up with the Patriots. You're only going to last a couple of years. It don't matter how good you are in those couple of years.
And what have the Jets done since then?
Exactly. So, I mean, hey, at least you didn't lose your job.
It's true. Well, I don't think he can lose his job, man. He is the
Broncos
GOAT of the Broncos. Yeah. So he's not going anywhere. That's what the elevated role is going to be too. It's just he's going to be on TV while somebody else is calling the shots. But hey, whatever you got to do, man, pay the man. Do your thing. All right, so we're going to take an early break before we break down kind of the games because it'll probably take longer. But what are you talking about with the C there, son? We ain't talking about basketball until the end, baby.
I just like my hat.
But let's take a break real quick and let's talk about Manscaped. Manscaped is here to help you clean your balls, shave your balls, make your balls smell good. They're all about the balls. And that's just what they do, and we love it. And they are here to help us help you help your balls.
Yeah, man. And I was talking yesterday to a couple of my buddies that came into work right when I was trying to leave. Somebody didn't text me and let me know that they were playing video games, so I just sat at work. And I don't know, I'm a lame-o for sure. But my buddy started talking about, for some reason, this new trimmer that he got, spent $110 on it, and just ripping his hairs right out. I was like, bro, if you'd have spent like 30 more bucks, used our code, you would have got a bomb-ass razor, a bomb-ass little leather bag to put it in, and a couple extra treats for it too. And he was not happy. So I told him, I was like, bro,
that shit?
Yes, he has a 90-day return, so he's going to do all that. He said he is. Hopefully he does it. But I'm telling you, after hearing that story, $110, I don't know what it would be with the code, 20% off of 200. What? I don't know. 50. Yeah, you spend like $140 to get free shipping. Yeah. Free shipping. So spend 40 more bucks and guaranteed you're going to get the best razor for your bush. I'm assuming he's like me because most normal people who shave frequently don't have to worry about the of the bush.
Right.
You just kind of run over it. But
he's going to do that from now on for sure. He ain't
hey, I'm here to tell you, bush or not, this thing is absolutely amazing. I'm talking about the Lawnmower 3.0. It comes with a perfect package. It's fantastic.
And of course, the perfect package that Steele's talking about, you can spend probably $110 and just get the razor, just like he did, and be happy. Or you can spend the 40 extra and get that bag, get the creams we have been talking about for every podcast. Crop Preserver, that's Steele's jam, but I'm going to talk about it. You get out of the shower after you shave, because we shave in the shower. We've told you guys we TMI on this podcast, but that's when you put that thing on. It's amazing. It works. It air dries. You air dry yours, right? Just let it ride. And so you air dry it up. Then you throw on your nice little, I think I am wearing them. Yeah, boy. Your nice little boxer briefs from Manscaped. And they air out really nice. And then if you have any problems throughout the day, you have your little spritzer, you have the Crop Reviver. All that comes in that 150 that he's talking about. And it's amazing. It's all good. And I'm still actually on the first Crop Reviver. Getting low though.
Really?
Yeah.
Nope. I'm on the second.
Of the spray too? The
the
preserve
Reviver
went down quick.
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah,
my preserves. Yeah, no, I still got plenty of the Crop Reviver. I don't
Yeah.
really. My lifestyle, I have my girl. I don't really need to revive it too much. She knows when it gets stanks. It don't matter.
All right, hey, whatever works for y'all, man. That's y'all's relationship.
I mean, she would probably prefer me use the Crop Reviver. Actually, now that I think about it, but yeah.
That's true. But yeah, there's all kinds of other products that you can use as well. And if Seal talks to this guy again, we're gonna get his user review to let you guys know what he thinks the next time we talk, or after we talk to him. So that's exciting. But yeah, you can head over to manscaped.com, use our code. The code is no scrubs. That's all one word at checkout, and you will get 20% off plus free shipping, which really is about 30 to 35% off. And then depending on how fast you get shipping, and you get all those free gifts. So head over there to manscaped.com, head to noscrubsallowed.com too, but head to manscaped.com and use the code no scrubs at checkout, and your balls will thank you. What?
I was just saying, yeah.
Oh, thought you were like gearing up. You were like breathing in, getting ready to drop some. All right. Before we jump into the NFL playoffs and actually talk about the games, I am sorry, Sir Edward Melville. I was going to bring this up at the beginning of the podcast, but our boy Eddie Melville, he used to talk on the podcast. He used to write for us all the time. He wrote a really good post to jumpstart our 2021, which is amazing. We love him. He's the guy. I have goals to make 2021 better than 2020 in every aspect of my life, and that means the podcast as well. And he really helped out with that. He made a post for all you UCF fans that are listening, what this really means and how we can look forward to 2021. Are we on the rise? Are we on the fall? What does it mean for us? And should Heupel go, basically? And it already has like 350 views. So shout out to him. He's done a lot of work for us, and hey, we couldn't do it without him. We love the podcast, but 2021 is going to be awesome. And he kicked it off. So head over to noscrubsallowed.com. You can check that out. I don't know the title of the thing, but it's the first blog on there if you click blog.
Yeah, I got a post, or I got a notification on my phone saying somebody commented on a post on No Scrubs. I was like, what? That's got to be Eddie. It wasn't Eddie. I thought it was Eddie commenting.
They commented.
It was Eddie doing Eddie things and being miraculous.
Did you read the post? It's a good post.
I haven't read it. I should.
Post. It's long-winded. It's Eddie, but it's good.
I'm too worried about if the Gators are going to suck with Emory. That's what I want to know.
I don't think so. Emory's pretty good.
He's
shown fine.
What he's shown at the end of the games this year to last year, he's definitely more than just the one-dimensional type quarterback. Like he can throw the ball.
Absolutely. But yeah, so head over to manscaped.com. Do that too. We're just sticking them up. Head over to noscrubsallowed.com. 2021, we're going to try to write some more blog posts, try to do more of those little YouTube videos like what I did after the just off the post. Just try to wiggle in some spots. As long as COVID's still happening in California, it might be happening forever. So I could have free time to do whatever I'm going to do.
I like the beard, by the way, man.
Thanks, buddy. This is actually only a couple weeks.
Sheesh.
But I need to put some beard lotion in it. Does Manscaped have beard lotion, or are they only all about the balls?
Oh, no, you can't even see mine.
But yeah, so start to head over to our website a lot more. I'm expecting to put actual more posts out there, and we talk about it all the time, but one of us is going to get pretty good at social media, or at least passable enough to try to share our shit. Because like I said, Eddie has 350 views on his post just because he's been retweeting it and doing stuff. So he's better than we are. All right, so let's talk about football games, and let's just kind of go in order. We don't have to talk about the shitty ones too long, but the very first game is always the crappiest game. And this game they gave to the Colts and the Bills. The Bills might be the best team in the AFC, might be the best team in the NFL right now. They're or at least hottest team. Do you think Josh Allen can get it done in the playoffs, or does he need one more just gut wrenching, just a gut punch before next year he's actually good?
Nah, they
think he's ready.
They'll go a ways.
You know, I heard something really crazy.
You did?
On a podcast today. Bills fans have not seen Stephon Diggs play in Bills Stadium, like in the new Bills Stadium or whatever. I don't know if it's the new Bills Stadium. Or no, maybe not Stephon Diggs. One of their receivers that was like, obviously, was it Stephon Diggs? Dang it, man. Well, whatever. I already messed up the fact.
Was it Gabe?
Well, definitely Gabe because he's a rookie. But
well, there's no fans in their stadiums anyways, right?
That's what I mean. So Buffalo fans have not seen, I think it was Stephon Diggs, ever play a home game for them. Like, and he's been on the team for like a year and a half or something.
I think this was his first year.
Okay, then maybe that's what it is. But yeah, so like
no, you want to hear a crazier stat? I mean, it has nothing to do with this.
Sure.
But yeah, we'll get to that. Actually, just the fucking Aaron Rodgers throwing more touchdowns than the team punted the ball.
Yeah.
That's stupid.
Absolutely. But yeah, so you think the Bills run over the Colts, or do you think the Colts have a chance?
I don't think the Colts have a chance at all. Josh Allen is going to throw all over them. Darius Leonard is that's his name, right? Yeah.
That's what you told me.
Yeah, he's absolutely insane.
Really, it's the defense, I think. The Colts aren't going to be able to do anything.
Yeah,
even if the Bills don't score, which they will score.
I think it's going to be a rout, honestly.
Well, that's why it's the first game of the weekend. And that's what the NFL always does. They throw that shitty ass game as the Saturday morning game.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a rout. I don't think the Colts really have a chance at all. They're going to get burnt. And like you said, that defense isn't going to allow the Colts to do shit.
Yeah, I agree.
Unless Jonathan Taylor goes beast mode like he's been doing. That's about the only way you can gash the Bills is if you can get that steady 20, 30 carry run game in and be able to wear them down and keep Josh Allen from having 15 times to score the.
Yeah, I mean, Gabe Davis, Stephon Diggs, they have too much weapons. I don't even know who their running back is. Who's their running back now? Is it still Singletary? Or did they get somebody else? Okay. So, I mean, it's Josh Allen. He's their running back. But yeah, so they're going to be fine there. And then the next game is the Seahawks and the Rams. Of course, this is game 3 for them. They have played twice, and I think they've split, right? The first 2 games. So Jared Goff might not play. They might have to go with that Wofford guy or whoever it was that just played for them.
Hey, so he's from Jacksonville, so shout out Jacksonville. Nice. Yeah, but he looked good.
He did.
It really looked good. He broke some records.
Goff.
Yeah, he broke some records.
Might as well have him over a broken thumb Goff. If Goff's fine, like, sure, why not? But if he's still hurting, the Seahawks have been reeling. I don't know. I think that could be a toss-up game just because Aaron Donald is on the team. Now, the Rams defense is so good. And when you see the same scheme over and over and over again, it tends to be the defense that starts to win because the offense can only make so many adjustments mid-season and mid-game and all that. Defense is easier to make adjustments. You just kind of shift what you're doing, who your matchups are, blah, blah, blah. So I think the Rams are starting to get a little bit of their own. And if Wofford or an injured Goff can keep up with Russell Wilson and not leave it to clutch moments, which we know the Seahawks are the king of clutch, I think it could be up in the air. I still want to give it to the Seahawks, though. I think they'll take it.
Yeah, same. But it's definitely going to be hard to see how they're going to be able to counteract. Like, they weren't able to do anything when Jalen shutting down DK. So,
yeah. And it's so funny because nobody talks about Aaron Donald. Nobody cares. He's the Mike Trout right now of at least defense on the NFL. Watch this game, guys. Like, don't just sit here and look at the stats and go, Aaron Donald's stats are just as good as, like, there's other people with more sacks than him. There's other people with this. Just watch how many times he gets triple teamed. Oh, earthquake, co-earthquake.
I got so scared.
How many times he gets triple teamed? How many times they bring the running back to dive at him? It's every play. I say how many times. It's every play. He's going, and he still gets through it. Just watch that man. If you like watching, if you live on the East Coast and you never get the Rams games, check it out, at least for a couple of drives. It's amazing. And that's why all the media always says he's the best defensive player. So Chase Young, take a seat. You'll get there. But you ain't there yet, buddy. All right. And then the next game is, of course, my Bucks against the Washington Professional Football Team, or whatever the hell they want to call themselves. Obviously, I'm a homer, but I don't see any chance that the football team can keep up. We're going to score. We've scored every game plenty of times. The only way we've lost is when we allow the other team to score more. And I don't think the football team can do that unless it's on a bunch of pick sixes. Do you agree?
Yeah, I agree 100%. I don't even think there was a reason for this game to be played. They should be like, hey, listen, you guys got the Bucks. Do you guys just want to forfeit and go to the next season, and they'll go to the next round?
Now, Chase Young is going to scare Tom Brady a couple times. He's going to hit him. He's going to do his thing. But as long as he holds on to the football, doesn't fumble it, we'll be fine. So then the next day, what's the first game? The Saints? Or is that whatever? I don't remember this.
Yeah.
So Saints
and the Bears.
And the Bears.
Oh, nope. I lied.
They're the middle game?
Tennessee and Baltimore.
Oh, Tennessee, Baltimore. That's actually might be the best game on the slate for the first week.
That's going to be a really fun game to watch.
Baltimore looks like they're quote unquote hot, but they played a bunch of shitty teams. Tennessee looks like they're quote unquote not, but they have the rushing king, and he is getting in his element. It's going to be him just trying to run all over the Ravens, but the Ravens do look better. Do you think it's a case of shitty teams that they've beaten, or do you think they're finally getting that confidence that they have?
Yeah, both. They've definitely played some shitty teams, but I think it helps a team like the Ravens, who are they need that swag. They need that continuity. Yeah. They need that. For sure. They need that chemistry going on. And I feel like they lucked out getting a team like Tennessee, who's so one-dimensional. I mean, Tannehill.
Well, they got him last year too.
Tannehill looked really good last week. Yeah. But yeah, and the additions of Calais and Yannick and just bolstering up that defensive line, it really goes into their favor against a team like Tennessee, who wants to run the ball in the playoffs and wants to just gash you in the run game and have Tannehill stay under 20 attempts a game. So I think they're going to be able to shut down King Henry early, and then Tannehill is going to come out and just be able to blast them and shock them. And I don't think Lamar is at that point to where he can take over games.
This is the toughest one for me. I want to give the Ravens the revenge factor, and they're going to play harder. But I think there's also something to be said about that chip on your shoulder factor. Like, hey, we already beat you guys. We can beat you again. We're not worried about you because, like you said, the Ravens haven't switched their style. And that's the way that John Harbaugh does, and I commend him for it. But he's not somebody to switch his style. He's somebody to just say, well, let's get better at our style then. Yeah. And they have gotten better, at least over the last couple of weeks. But that style was shut down by Tennessee last year. So I think it's going to happen again as well. So Tennessee probably is going to win that one. That cat's going crazy.
I'm excited to see what Dez Bryant does because Malcolm Butler is going to shut down Hollywood Brown, and he's going to leave Dez Bryant wide open. And
now, does Malcolm Butler play just one side, or does he play the man?
I think he plays.
I thought he plays the side, and they're going to try to get.
I used to think he played the side, but whenever he was playing against DJ Shark, he was shadowing DJ because DJ loves to line up on the left side. Right. I've always seen Malcolm Butler and the Patriots line up on the right side.
Yeah.
So I guess he's shadowing now with the good receivers. I'm not too certain, but yeah, if I'm Vrabel, I'm not letting Hollywood Brown get loose. And
if Dez Bryant beats you, then so be it.
And you have Logan Ryan behind him to help out too. So I mean, I would definitely have him shadow. Koa is going nuts.
Yeah, it's his time. He's excited.
But I think it's going to be a great game. I don't think it's going to be a repeat of last year. It's going to be close.
Okay.
But
I hope it is. I think it'll be a good game. I'm going to wake up early for it. Well, not early, but early enough. All right, so then it's the Saints.
I will not be at work.
Woo! So it's the Saints and the Bears, and this is my game that shouldn't even be played. Congrats to the Bears. You got the 7 seed. There shouldn't be 7 seeds. You're lucky there's a pandemic. Take your licks and get out of here. I think the Saints are going to win easy. And Kamara should be playing, by the way. His quarantine should be off on Saturday. So the Saints are at least happy that the schedulers put them on Sunday because Kamara would not have been able to play on Saturday. So if he plays, if all's well, I mean, they're going to win. I think they'd win even without Kamara, but they'll definitely win with him.
Definitely should. But, I mean, that Bears defense, they can they can get you. And Drew Brees has been suspect this season a lot. So, and who knows,
true.
maybe he gets broken in half early in the game. Khalil just completely punctures his lung again, and he's out, and they got to rely on Taysom. I mean, there's so much uncertainty with this game. I feel like that anything could happen in this game. Mitch could go off and be the 13-3 Mitch that he was a couple of seasons ago.
No, he can't.
He could. I mean, he has the same fucking weapons he did.
I know, but
weapons.
I don't know. Hey, prove me wrong. I'd love to see the Saints go out early and not have to play them. So I'd be down with that. And then, of course, the last game, for some reason, Sunday night primetime is the stupid Steelers. Just kidding, Eddie. The Steelers and Baker Mayfield and the Browns. We have seen the Steelers just fall absolutely apart after they were, 11-0 or whatever it was they were to start off the season.
Yeah.
And now they suck. I mean, they've lost, 4 out of 5. And even the one they won was really rough and they had to pull it out of their butts. So, which luckily they did because the Browns beat them. Now they had the Browns and they should be at full strength. Hopefully they've had a lot of COVID crap in Pittsburgh. So hopefully they get that back. This could be pretty crazy, man. Baker seems to be playing better. He's not the guy they wanted him to be when they drafted him, but he's a fine quarterback now. And Ben, not so much. Ben doesn't have a deep ball this year. Even with the 11-0, he doesn't have a deep ball. And it's going to be pretty close. I think the Steelers will still
That's
win.
why they're so lucky to have Chase Claypool, who can literally just jump backwards
absolutely
and snag it out of the defender's hands.
Yeah.
But I see it going way worse than it went last week. I see
you think
the
a
Browns,
blowout?
not a blowout, but it's not going to be a fight. I don't even think there's going to be a fight for a potential comeback. The Browns aren't going to let it get close after halftime. It's going to be, I don't know. I don't have any confidence in the Steelers, and that mentality that Baker had going into it to beat the Steelers and you're in. You're not going to give it to anybody else to let you in. And
Right.
Baker was not going to give that game up. You could see it in every snap. And I was just sitting there in the kitchen smiling, watching it, because I could just see that in that defense that the Browns have. They're on all cylinders right now, firing. And yeah, the Steelers have sucked, but that team has weapons, and the Browns have been able to shut them down for the most part both times this season. So yeah, I don't see the Browns losing this game. They would have to be the Browns of the Browns to lose this game.
Well, if Tampa Bay loses, then the Browns better lose, because that's the only team worse than us as far as like playoffs, droughts, and all that mess. So we can't lose and then them be the team that wins. So that's good. So they are doing reseeding this year, right? So the number 1 seed just gets the worst seed available. It's not like a bracket or anything. So if you are, let's start with the AFC. If you are the Chiefs, which upset would you be looking for to hope that you play? Because if all the winners win, you get the Titans, right? So would you rather have the Titans, or would you rather have one of the teams upset and you get to face one of these crappier lower teams?
Yeah, I'm looking. If I'm the Chiefs, I'm looking for the Colts.
Well, okay, yeah. I mean, the 7th seed.
That's the easy one.
Yeah,
but yeah, also I don't know.
I mean, the Colts almost won the division. If the Titans would have lost and the Colts would have won it,
it
was there.
But yeah, the Colts aren't a bad team. They don't have enough on offense. That's what I'm looking for. Like the Browns could shock the Chiefs. The Steelers could shock the Chiefs. Like any of those teams could really do it, but I don't think Phillip has enough to be able to keep up with the Chiefs. So if I'm the Chiefs, yeah, obviously you want that upset, but solely because I'm looking what offense is going to be able to keep up with them. There's not a defense that's going to stop them. They proved that last year against Tennessee and San Francisco and Baltimore. So there's nobody's going to be able to stop them. It's just who can keep up with them. And the Colts is the obvious not going to happen 10 times out of 10.
Yeah, Phillip Rivers cannot hang out with Patrick Mahomes, not even close. So I don't think they're scared of any of the 4 teams. Just to answer my own question. That was kind of not a trick question for you, but a tough one to answer because they're not scared of any of them. They couldn't care less who wins. What about Green Bay? Now this is a little bit tougher. Some of these teams could be good and could actually get the upset, maybe, but probably not. So they're probably going to be facing the Bucks unless there's a crazy upset. Is there a team you're more scared of than the Bucks, or less scared of than the Bucks? or because Green Bay lost to us already. Do they want to see a different team, or is that stat that you wanted to pull up now is that they don't care? They're just trying to win. They don't care.
Yeah, no, I don't think they really care, honestly, at all who it is. They're at home, so I don't think they do want to play the Bucks because of Tom Brady at all. Probably Russ.
True.
Throw Russ in there if they are able to get to them. I don't think they would want to play the Rams.
They
because
couldn't
the
play
Rams they couldn't.
the Seahawks.
Oh, yeah, they're the 3. Yeah, they're the 3.
It'd be either
That's
us or Washington. They probably want Washington to win. Honestly, that'd be their best bet.
Oh, yeah.
They could just roll through.
But yeah, I don't think they want to see you solely because Tom Brady. They're in the cold. They don't want to play people who are used to the cold, and Tom Brady is the king of cold.
Well, what other games? The Bears are not going to upset this. So maybe the Rams.
No.
They could get the Rams if the Rams beat the Seahawks. They'd be fine with the Rams.
Fuck yeah.
I'm not scared of them. I want to win. I want to have all the favorites win except us. I'd rather play Green Bay, as I've said on this podcast multiple times. Actually, I'd rather play the Seahawks, but I don't think it can work out that way. So it would be the Saints if we don't end up facing the Packers. So I'd rather see the Packers. I'm ready for the Packers. But we'll see. I don't think either number 1 seed is scared, and they shouldn't be scared. They're the number 1 seed for a reason. They're the best team in their respective conferences. And I think the 2 and the 3 seed are clear favorites over 4 through 7 in every conference. So I think 1 is fine for 1 more week. But if the Bucks do win and they have to face Green Bay and they win, then we'll be 1 game away from winning some money, bro. You ready?
Hell yeah. Well, I'm dumb. I didn't do the conference.
Oh, you just did the Super Bowl. I think they're actually worse underdogs now. I could have just waited till now to make the bet, and I think I would have made more money. But, whatever. It's been fun watching.
I got somebody coming that comes into the bar a lot. They're going to Vegas next week.
Nice.
Let's give them 20 just to say Cleveland's going to make the playoffs. See what those odds are running.
I mean, it'll be good odds. I still don't think you guys are going to make the playoffs. Well, we're actually going to make the pivot to the more sports, so why not talk about it now? Your guys are injury prone. They're not doing anything now.
Everybody in their moms out.
But do you think they want to make the playoffs? Like,
yeah,
obviously they want to win games, but as an organization, is that something they're looking for this year? Or are they still trying to rebuild? They don't want to win yet. They're not ready.
If they weren't trying to win, then they probably would have found any kind of trade for Kevin Love and just get rid of his contract. But
I don't know if people were in the market for Kevin Love, really.
Yeah, that could be the case too. But yeah, I mean, I feel like we're trying to win. We could have went and got a new coach and let somebody come up and tank without tanking, without it being known. But no, we're coming out, we're fighting hard. Without these injuries, there's no reason we wouldn't be 6-1, 5-2 right now instead of 4-3.
True. If you throw out the first quarter and a half from last game that the Suns played, we have looked awesome. I don't know if you saw, they were down 31 points like that against the Clippers. And we came all the way back and lost by 5. We brought it back and we were down by 1 until somebody hit a 3 to the dagger 3. But to be down 31 is stupid anyway. But Book finally got going after that fact. He was like, oh shit, you guys do need me? Just let me figure this thing out. And he did his thing. But Paul George scored 39 points. That's not going to happen every day. But the Suns look awesome. I'm happy. We have a team that looks like they're primed for the playoffs. We can make the playoffs. Ask him how much that is too. I'll Venmo you some money. But the Suns probably are low odds to win the playoffs, or make the playoffs. Ask him what the championship odds are, though.
Oh, well.
I
tried looking it up. There's no way. I couldn't find it.
I might run up some championship odds, but making the playoffs, you probably won't make enough money back to make it worth it.
Yeah.
But so, any surprises in basketball that you want to talk about? We're getting near the end, but
Charlotte really sucks ass, dude.
That's not a surprise.
I know. I thought they were going
to
not suck ass, but kind of be some kind of manageable. I mean, you go out and get Gordon Hayward and spend money, and dude, they are horrible.
That does not surprise me in the slightest.
I'm also surprised James Harden hasn't gotten traded yet.
I don't know, man. I don't think I told you. I think he's going to get traded when they need him to trade, but he's still putting up points. I mean, Houston's happy. He's doing his thing. John Wall looks healthy. We can say
John
that.
looks
I mean,
good,
John Wall
yeah.
actually looks legitimately
Boogie
healthy.
got thrown out tonight, so he's in.
He looks
prime
fine.
form.
Yeah, he's in prime Boogie form. But it looks like there might be some parity, which is nice. And I'm sure once it comes down to crunch time, there won't be. But the Nets are dropping a few games. The Bucks look like ass right now compared to what they normally look like. The Lakers aren't really that good yet because they don't want to be. So there could be some shakeups. The Nuggets are still bad, and Jokic is still MVP. He's going to be like the Russell Westbrook MVP of a 20-win Nuggets team.
Bro.
But
Curry scored 30 points.
is that what you needed?
Yeah. But I lost on the
But you
points
needed the
total.
Rockets to do better.
God.
So that was the only one you got wrong?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
I
Yeah,
think
that's
the
the only
NBA
one I got
does those
wrong.
things. Is it through the NBA? I know you said Bleacher Report, but is it through that NBA Pick Six thing, or is it a completely
No,
separate thing?
it's just on Bleacher Report Pick'ems.
Because I've done those NBA.com Pick Six thingies.
That's crazy. If I would have picked Detroit and Milwaukee, I would have probably won a see, you can see it right there. I got all of them but the last one. That's why.
Nice. So yeah, on the NBA ones, it's weird. Oh, you can get a $50 gift card. That's all you can get. That's bullshit.
Yeah, I forget what this one was for. It doesn't tell you right now.
A $50 gift card to friggin' NBA.com. They just want you to spend more money there? Get out of here. But it's still fun to do. Obviously, we love fantasy on this podcast. It's a good time.
Damn, man, that was crazy.
Wow, Golden State put up 137. Are they back? We could talk about that real quick. Are they? Curry got mad. I think he got mad. People are talking shit on him. Is Draymond back yet? Like legitimately back? Not back to old Draymond because he'll never be. But he's not back yet.
Yeah, he's doing good. I just saw a video. He was running up the point and he was getting mad and jumping up and down, trying to get people going around.
Nice.
But why am I taking the koozie?
Well, if the chef is cooking, it's gonna be tough to beat them regardless.
Oh yeah, and it seems that way. And that one young kid, they keep feeding him as well.
Wiseman?
No.
Oh,
the other
I
one.
was like, hell yeah.
The kid who hit the buzzer beater the other day. Let me find him real quick.
I don't know who that was.
Got the stats. He's gonna be up there.
I know I texted you about him, but I don't remember his name.
Well, he didn't do anything this game. Oh well.
Yeah, but it's still early. Nothing too crazy is going on. The usual suspects look pretty good, and the Suns are in there with them. The only real surprise in my book is that the Nuggets are bad. And we've talked about that for 2 weeks straight now, so we don't need to talk about it again. But that's the only surprise to me right now. I've even watched the games. I've watched a couple of Nuggets games, and I don't know why they're bad. They look fine. And then at the end of the game, they lost. And you're like, oh, wait, what happened? They're playing smooth. They look fine. They're running the system the correct way, and they're just bad.
Yeah, it's weird. It's a weird time right now, brother, man.
It is. So what
It'll
kind of
shape
shout-outs
out.
you got, buddy? You think they'll still make the playoffs, though?
Yeah.
It's a hard fight. You don't want to start out that far behind. But what sort of shout-outs you got before we get out of here?
Alex Smith, we shouted him out. Ron Rivera, shout them out. Just that team, man. That's just storylines everywhere with that.
Yeah.
I saw Alex Smith's wife got his leg brace.
Oh, that was
into the
super
shape of the
cool.
Lombardi.
Yeah. That was
That's
super
really
cool.
badass. It was really
So,
cool. I like it.
Shout out to Kyle Trask, man. Hopefully he
Oh,
gets
yeah.
a good shot on the Heisman.
Tomorrow.
So you guys will know probably by the time you're listening to this, but I mean, it won't be till later. So listen to it when it comes out. But shout out to him. Hopefully he makes a good run. I see a lot of stories about him, but that's because I follow all the Gator stuff on my thing. But there's not much to say. Not much going on. Playoffs are here. Most of our podcasts for the next month will be football playoffs. So check those out. Be ready for Trevor Lawrence to the Jags and defending Super Bowl champions, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And as always, go check out Seals thing. Seals. Why do I keep mixing everything up today? This has been the Mix Up Podcast, but head over to noscrubsallowed.com and check out Eddie's post. Shout out to you, Eddie. You are the man. Thanks for keeping us focused. And yeah, you're the real MVP. And my computer just said free up storage space. So on that note, I'm going to head out of here. As always, be a stud, not a scrub.